I welcome you all to today's session. So today's Murli is, the title of the Murli is making effort to be lucky and lovely. After this, after reading this Murli, you will understand how to alter, our Purusharth in such a way that, we can make our fortune so elevated. In this Murli, Baba is telling us to make effort to be lucky and lovely, and the methods. If you are not that, then how to attain them, the methods, and if you have just one of them, not both, lucky and lovely, and then the kind of experience that we get, and how we can be, how we can create a stage of obstacle free. Baba says three things, that are very essential to attain them: knowledge, careful, and cheerful. Baba also sharing a few good examples, the reasons for not being successful or lack of success, and how to treat them in our life to maintain, a stabilized stage. So now let's begin the journey of reading this Murli. As we do that, let's also experience a company, with Baba. With that, let's begin. Do you consider yourself to be both the loveliest and luckiest? If you consider yourself to be lovely and lucky, you will constantly remain free from obstacles. If you consider yourself to be lucky, you will constantly remain free from obstacles and experience the stage of being observed in Baba's love. Lovely line. If you are just lucky and not lovely, then although you will constantly be observed in Baba's love, you will not have the experience of a stage that is free from obstacles. Okay, if you're just lucky but not lovely, then you will not you will not experience the stage that is free from obstacles. If you're just lovely and not lucky, then also Baba says you will not be able to experience stage that was just described. Therefore, both are needed. In order to attain the attainment of being lucky and lovely, three main things are needed. Right? In order to attain the attainment of being lucky and lovely, Baba says three things are needed. So we'll see what are those three things. If you experience these three things in yourself, then you are definitely lucky and lovely. What are those three things through which you can easily experience both these stages? Can luck be created, or is it already created? Can you make yourself lucky, or is it that you only those who are lucky from the beginning can be lucky? Can you create your luck, or do you have to move along according to the luck already created? Can you change your fortune or not? Can you change from being unlucky to being lucky? Is there a margin for making effort in order to create luck? Somebody said yes. Of course, there is a margin. Having already awakened your fortune, or have you come to awaken your fortune? Have you come having already awakened your fortune, or have you come to awaken your fortune? You have brought with you the fortune that is already awakened, have you not? Then, uh, what what will you create? You have come to belong to Baba according to the fortune you have awakened. Right? You have come to Baba according to the fortune you have awakened. The question of fortune only arises in belonging to the Father. You have come having created your fortune, and you can also create it. Is it like this? I was asking. You have come having created your fortune, and you can also create it. Is it like this? Yes. Right. Um, when you make a lot of effort for something, you have the thought inside that it is visible in your fortune. If already having made effort, you don't attain success, then you think that it is like that in your fortune. What is the reason for not being successful? Now, Baba is explaining us what is the reason that we are not being successful or lack of success. If you make effort in your own way and yet you don't attain success, right? What do you then say? Right? Then we say, right? It is fixed in the drama industry. Lovely, good one. If you make effort in your own way and yet you don't attain success, what do you say? What do you then say? It is fixed in the drama in this way. So you have brought with yourself the luck that the drama has created, have you not? An effort maker should never think, even after having made effort, that it is possible to be unsuccessful, right? An effort maker should never think, even after made effort, that it is possible to be unsuccessful. You should always think that whatever effort you have made can never go waste. Very positive attitude that which Baba is building within us. You should always think that whatever effort you have made can never go waste. If you have made effort in the right way, then you will definitely receive success through it. If not now, then at some later point. If not, then at some later point, because every effort that we make, it's all stepping stones towards success. If not today, then tomorrow definitely success will be there. Seeing the lack of success, you should think that that was a test. After having had the test, you will become stronger, right? Okay. Test. It was a test paper. After having had the test, you will become stronger in order to make me strong. So so that is not a lack of success, but a means to make the foundation of your effort strong. When something has to be made strong, you first hammer its foundation. You hammer it and make it strong. The hammering is a means of making it strong. Even in your own individual effort, within a gathering or in service, when something does not seem to be externally successful, you should still think that it is not a lack of success, but a means of becoming strong. You were told that you should not consider the storm to be storms, but consider it to be a gift. Right? You were told in Sakar Murli, this used to come. You were told that you should not consider the storms to be storms, but consider it to be a gift. Waves comes to a boat, but they are a means to make the boat move forward. Right? Gift. Okay. like a gift, right? In this way, success is merged in the lack of success. Success is merged in the lack of success. We should not move forward with this understanding. The the word unsuccessful should not even enter our intellect if your effort is correct. Acha, you were being told that three things are necessary in order to be lucky and lovely. Now Baba is going back to those 3 points that which Baba initially started. Uh, what are those three things? Uh, first, first of all, think about how luck is created. Look, look at yourself. Are you lucky and lovely? Why are you not able to awaken your luck? The main reason for this is that you are not knowledgeful. Okay, so the first reason is not being knowledgeful. Those who are knowledgeful have all types of knowledge. Those who are knowledgeful, right, have all types of knowledge. The more knowledgeable someone is, the luckier he will be. Again, good line. The more knowledgeable someone is, the luckier he will be, because with the light and might of knowledge, he would know the beginning, the middle, and end. With the light of knowledge, with the light and might of knowledge, he would know the beginning, middle, and end. So whatever effort he makes, he would definitely attain success in that. To attain success is a sign of luck. To attain success is a sign of luck. Firstly, they will be knowledgeable. That is, they will have full knowledge. If something is lacking in your being full, then you are number wise in being lucky also, right? If you're not full, right, full knowledge, then you become number wise in being lucky. If you are knowledgeful, you will be number one in being lucky. There is knowledge about karma and also knowledge about your creator and the creation. There is also knowledge about coming into connection with the family and with Jnani souls. Knowledge is not just about knowledge about the creator and the creation, but knowledgeful means that you are embodiment of knowledge in every thought. Knowledgeful means that you are the embodiment of knowledge in every thought, every word, and in every action. This is called being knowledgeful. Secondly, the extent to which you are knowledgeful, so you will also be careful. So the second thing is being careful. The more careful you are, the sign of that is that you are cheerful to the same extent. So knowledge and careful, they are interlinked. Similarly, careful and cheerful, they are interlinked. The more careful you are, Baba says, the more careful you are, right? The sign of that is that you are cheerful to the same extent. If someone is not cheerful, he will not appear to be lovely. If someone is not cheerful, he will not appear to be lovely. If someone is not careful either, then also he will not seem lovely. Those who don't remain careful because of making one or another little mistake, either on their own or when they come into connection with others, then neither do they remain lovely nor themselves lovely to themselves, nor are they lovely to others. Therefore, those who are careful will definitely be cheerful. Do you think that those who are careful cannot remain cheerful because they are so absorbed in their effort? It is not like that. The sign of being careful is to remain cheerful. So, if you have all these three qualifications, right? If you have all these three qualifications, knowledgeful, careful, and cheerful, then you can become both lucky and lovely. Okay, so this is the method to become lucky and lovely. When we have all three qualifications, then you can become both lucky and lovely. You can also create your luck with one another's cooperation. However, you can only receive cooperation from one another's when you are careful and cheerful. If you are not cheerful, you will not be successful either. If you are careful and cheerful, then you are successful. That is, you are lucky. So check these three things in your own self. If you have all three to a good percentage, then understand that you are the luckiest and the loveliest. Right? If you have all three to a good percentage, then understand that you are luckiest and loveliest. Right? Careful and cheerful. If this percentage is lacking, then you will not have the stage. Now, do you understand what the sign is? Speaking knowledge through your lips cannot create such an impact. Now, Baba is going towards the dharana and the sign of dharana. To constantly have a cheerful face and not to experience any waves of sorrow, even in your thoughts, is known as being careful. To constantly have a cheerful face and not to experience any waves of sorrow even in your thoughts is known as being cheerful. This is the explanation of cheerful. So you can do service with your cheerful face. Just as metal is automatically attracted towards a magnet, in the same way those who are constantly cheerful become a magnet themselves. Right? Yeah. Seeing them, others will come close to them. They will think that this one constantly stays cheerful in spite of today's world, where there is constantly an environment of clouds of sorrow and peacelessness everywhere. They will be eager to know how and why this one is able to remain cheerful. When there is a huge storm or a lot of rain, then then at that time people, even against their wish, run towards some shelter where there is no rain. Right? The shelter place does not call them, but according to the atmosphere, there is a place of safety there. So people will definitely run to that place in order to protect themselves. They take the support of that place, they are pulled there. So in the same way, understand that at the present time, when the storm of Maya and the clouds of sorrow are thundering, at such a time when people see your means of safety, they will be attracted to you. What is that external form that attracts them? A cheerful face. So you should be both lucky and lovely. In some cases, you are knowledgeable and careful, but not cheerful. You take care, but whilst caring, you stop having a cheerful face. So you cannot remain cheerful. What is that? You take care, knowledgeful and careful, but not cheerful. but while caring, you stop having a cheerful face, being so serious. So you cannot remain cheerful. Therefore, in which aspect should you make the main effort or take the most care about, so that you are easily able to bring about these three things in yourself? Do you know that you have to you have to remain careful, but what must you remain careful in mainly? In what aspects do you remain? In what aspects do you remain careful? Many different replies were given. What did Baba care about so that he became what he did? What main aspects was that? Describe fully the praise that is sung of you people. Complete with all virtues, 16 celestial degrees complete, completely wiseless in those who follow the highest code of conduct. You only become careless when you disobey any code of conduct. It's like somebody is unmuted. I'll just mute them. Yeah. So you only become careless when you disobey any code of conduct. Maryadas, godly Maryadas. The praises of your complete stage. That is, Sita was given an instruction to remain within the line of the code of conduct drawn for her. It was not any other line, but the line of the code of conduct. If you go beyond the line of godly codes of conduct, you become a beggar. If you go beyond the line of godly codes of conduct, then you become a beggar. Baba is given the example of Sita. Sita was given an instruction to remain within the line of the code of conduct drawn for her. And then what happened, we all know. That is, if you go beyond the line of godly codes of conduct, you become a beggar. That is, you become a beggar of whatever attainment there is. You become a beggar. And you cry out just like a beggar does. Give me a little money, give me some clothes. In the same way, the stage of those who go beyond the line of the code of conduct becomes like that of a beggar. So let's take a pause here. Let's stop here. We'll put a full stop here and we'll continue read the second part tomorrow. Now we'll take a minute of silence to reflect on these points, and whichever points touched your heart, you can share after a minute. So let's take a pause in order to reflect and understand. Take a deeper dive into the points that which touched us. Om Shanti. Now feel free to unmute yourself and then share your the points, your takeaway. So you are lucky and lovely divine souls. You may share your takeaway.
Om Shanti, brother. Good morning. Baba is giving a wonderful flowchart describing how one can be successful. In a way, first Baba says attain knowledge, and from there become careful. And by not thinking anything sorrowful, you will be cheerful. And cheerful attracts people, and that's how you become successful. And downside, if you are not careful and venture into the other conducts, then you will lose and become careless, and then you would become a beggar, which who will not attract people or success. Thank
Right,
you, brother. Om
right.
Shanti.
Lovely, perfect, lovely. Yeah, it's like a magnetic example, Baba gave, right? And also the rain, when it rains, right? People will go automatically under a shelter. Yeah, thank you. Anyone else? What happens when you are just lucky and not lovely? You know, Baba said that way. We will not experience at a stage that is free from obstacles, right? And the same thing when we have uh, just lovely and not lucky, right? Then the other way around. I mean, same thing. Father said, will not be able to stabilize the stage of free from obstacles. Anyone else would like to share?
Om Shanti.
Oh,
Lovely Murli, which elaborates on how to be constantly careful to be cheerful. And the three things Baba has spoken about is being knowledgeful, full of knowledge in every thought, word, and action. And secondly is to be careful. And the third one is to be cheerful. And there is a connection between to be careful, to be cheerful, and the cheerful is lovely, and vice versa. Uh, these three things are very interesting concepts which we can apply. And Baba says that do not think that those who are careful cannot remain cheerful because they are so absorbed in their effort. It is not like that. In fact, the care is we are taking care to remain cheerful. That the focus is on being cheerful. That is the care we are taking. We don't get into sorrow. That is the care we have to see, because we are the examples. We are the shelter stations
okay.
for the other souls to feel the happiness, to receive the happiness, joy, peace, and the powers. Om Shanti.
Yeah, and it is interlinked also. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing. Yeah, interlinked also, like, careful to
Yes.
the extent that we are knowledgeable, right? To that extent, we are careful. Right?
Yes, to the
Om
extent we are knowledgeful, we'll be careful. And to the extent we are careful, we'll be cheerful.
Careful.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Go ahead.
I always like, the way Baba plays with these words. Now, today he started the question, are you lovely or lucky? And then he makes us clear, are you only lucky but not lovely? Are you only lovely but not lucky? Then he's saying, you need both. The way he really puts these two terms and then makes us realize, am I lucky? Am I lovely? Am I absorbed in God's love? It makes you go deep. So it's not here, it's always Baba has been playing with these virtues then and then. As we all know, to start any journey, we need fullness. And Baba also uses this word full everywhere. because he knows if suppose I have to start on any journey, what we need is fullness. I cannot say nahi ho jayega, it's fixed in the drama and all, because when it's not full, I should fill myself to the full. Or as Baba also mentioned today, if you feel you're not strong, you're not able to move forward, you have to hammer yourself. So all these kinds of preparations which he is giving, then he is telling us what is careful. Like we know, sharing and caring is one of the most thing which we essence in any Brahmin life. So for careful, he of course mentions about the code of conduct, which again goes back to the link of being knowledgeful. And again, in knowledgeful, he's saying not knowledge of just the self, just of Baba, but just of creator, just of creation, but about others. So there, what is my line of conduct? Have I crossed the line of conduct? Have I disobeyed the line of conduct? And he makes you careful if you are careless. Then even with that, the beauty on my face is not gone. I am a lovely face, I'm a cheerful. So if I have all these three, knowledgeful, careful, and cheerful, I like that one thing which Baba said, that you become a shelter of safety. I think that's a beautiful thing to me, what I would like to become. When I see the time of destruction or the time of final, I see people running, especially when there's a flood or fire. And if they see me as a place where they can get that resonance, where they can get that rest, I have done my job. So that one point, one paragraph is what I would like to really go deep and take away. How can I attract like a magnet? How can I be a means of safety? But to get that, what all things did Baba go throughout the Murli, I would like to go through it again. I am Baba's created, awakened, manufactured shelter of safety. Om Shanti.
Lovely, sister, lovely. And thank you so much for summarizing the whole Murli in such a short terms. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, thanks for sharing. And Baba also mentioned about, when we have these three qualifications, only then we experience that higher stage, right? Being lucky and lovely. Three qualifications are required. And another thing is that attitude, right? We need to have positive attitude all the time, right? Because need to think in such a way that whatever effort I made can never go waste, right? And they all are, stepping stone towards the journey of success. Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share? And when we come across this, lack of success, Baba said we need to consider it as a test paper. It's to make our state stronger, right? Like sister mentioned, hammering our foundation to make it strong, right? So when a storm comes, we need to consider it to be a gift.
Brother, your voice is little low. Maybe you can increase
sorry.
your. Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Now it's okay.
Okay. The mic was a little down, so I just have to pull it up. Okay.
And one reflection is about the waves. Baba said, the waves, they come to the boat. So
Yeah.
they are not to be taken negatively. The waves are the source of power for the boat to move ahead in a faster manner.
Right.
And if we just have to see the intellect is in the right direction, intellect does not recognize negative words. That unsuccessful should not be there in the intellect while
Right.
making efforts. That point also was very powerful, which we can implement. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Right.
Jada, I would like to ask also one more thing. Here, Baba, when he speaks about careful, the word care has got so much. So sometimes what happens, we always stop, pause, and see, are we really following the maryadas? I mean, मैं वही कर रही हूँ जो I have to do. So I stop and pause and question myself, or like, if suppose I've forgotten, I'm a student, I've forgotten what I would do. I would rush, either go to Google or go to my book to check what is it. So sometimes I find in our journey of Brahmin life, this breaking conduct, or what we call it as the Shrimat, the line, it becomes, I won't say worry and all, it becomes a great concern for us, because we know Shrimat is the basic. And I don't know, see, there is no written constitution anywhere in BK, like I have the constitution, this article, that article. Of course, Murlis are the constitution, we know that. And every day Baba doesn't say. Because that one line when Baba said, if you cross the line of conduct, you become a beggar, that just made me churn. So what is that kind of quality I should take over here for that careful, so that I just need keep walking. Oh, I'm full, I've got everything. Could you just add something to it, so that I don't know how to express. Something is there, I find in my journey of care, just to see whether my dictionary of care, Shrimat, is totally followed. Could you please add to it?
Yeah, I would let someone else answer it or throw more lights on it. Because see, I think in tomorrow's part, the second part of the Murli, we might see more information or more things Papa would share related to that. Someone else would like to share, or about Girja sisters? What Girja sister asked?
Shanti sister, I would like to take a lead here. Correlating to what we do in our day-to-day life, I've always wondered why this profession of taking care of the sick, because it is more or less like seeing bodies constantly. And there comes a time when you have to interact with the patient per se, with utmost detailed personal history, personal questions, and that sometimes brings conflict in me. What I have done to resolve is to invoke Supreme Soul and Brahma Baba and put this question before him and inquire whether this is appropriate for the person, for the environment, and for that situation. And when I get a go ahead, suddenly that yes, I'm right in doing this, I go ahead. Otherwise, it is really, really challenging to maintain and be within the confines of conduct of Srimad and live by in the Lokik life as well. I take this checking point to see if I'm abiding by Srimad or not. So that could be a checking. Thank you,
Right.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. Did you get some sort of an answer, Girja sister?
Yeah, he says checking point is Baba, but we still have that kind of, we have not still conquered our ego, let me tell you. We still also have we all have that. That's what I don't know, which helps me to hold my head high at different times and say, oh, I could be right. Oh, maybe I am right. Maybe the sisters and all, whoever, they are looking at a very different point. As he said, yes, that one point I like to check it with Baba. But sometimes, his touchings, even I'm not able to really, his touchings, I feel, is part of my own mental talk, which I try to, that's what I said, my ego comes there. Yes, see, Baba also has mentioned it.
Yeah.
So only that, that's one thing I find it's very important for me over here, Shrimat, because I don't want to do anything which Baba wouldn't like. But once you are with somebody who loves you, who's going to give you the stars, I, Baba checking, yeah. I don't know. I still, the
I-
journey sometimes, I think, as you said, maybe as and when you go, the more I check, the more I'm absorbed in love.
Right.
Maybe
I
it may
think,
work.
yeah, in our day-to-day life, right? So I think everybody's test paper is different, right? And the knowledge is just one that which Baba is giving us, and the more we churn with our problems, that which the piece of knowledge that which can be applied in our problem that we are facing, then I think some touching Baba will give through which we should be able to tackle that and then come out of it or conquer it, whatever. So, and of course, Brahma Baba is the example, right, that we, whom we have to follow, because Brahma Baba would have faced all sort of problems. So it's like a train, the engine is Brahma Baba, and we all are the bogies. With that, we'll move on to meditation. Let's practice this in meditation by going for a inner journey. Let me stabilize. Let me stabilize myself in the awareness of who I am. Who I am, the eternal being, the eternal point of light, a shining star. Now I have the complete awareness and full knowledge about who I am and what my real identity is. I know that I'm not this perishable costume that I'm wearing. Who am I? A soul, a very lucky and lovely soul, who remain free from all obstacles and always experience a stage beyond and being observed in love of God, like a drop of water in the air falling down into the ocean and becoming part of the ocean. I, the soul, merging into the ocean of love. And now I radiate, radiating love in the form of light, radiating might in the form of light. I see in the screen of my mind that I'm taking light and might from the Supreme and radiating out to the world. Let me take a few moments to stabilize myself firmly in this awareness. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Om Shanti. Have a great day ahead.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Pajit Bhai. We shall continue the remaining Murli tomorrow. So let's meet tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a lovely day.